Okay, let's see this. Exposing SUNO and Timbaland, independent class action lawsuits explained.
At the end of the day, it's about sending a message. I have filed class action lawsuits against SUNO and Udio. They have come out and just outright admitted that they have scraped, they have trained, they have copied on your music. There have been allegations surrounding Timbaland. Think twice about exploiting independent music creators. There are many predators in the music industry. As someone who's been practicing law now for 11 years, 5 of which have been dedicated to this channel, I started Top Music.
I love her thumbnail faces. Like, I actually think it's kind of funny because it's like, feel like you can, they don't look serious. You know what I mean? I can't tell if she's like trying to not look serious on purpose or if it's just, that's just how it comes off to me. But it's just like, how's it? It's not sexually suggestive. Is it? I don't know. Like, I feel like this is like pretty far from sexually suggestive in my opinion.
Attorney, just because I wanted to help you guys to learn how to protect yourself.
I respect women here. I don't know why you guys don't. Like, be more like me. I want to say the word, but that word is banned. There's so many words that are banned, bro. What are you talking about? Wait, oh my god, dude, this fucking face. I just noticed I was saying this as, oh my god, as, okay. Well, I can't explain this. I can't explain this, all right? I can't explain this. That was an accident, all right? This was an accident. I didn't even know she was gonna make this face in this video because I haven't seen this video. Continue. What the fuck, dude? How did this happen?
And then as the channel has evolved, we've really focused on how do we achieve actual change. And so for all the things that we have achieved, for example, music distributors being some of the most predatory businesses in the music business, calling these companies out, actually getting them to change their contracts. We've achieved some big things here. Besides being a lawyer, I'm...
Yes, definitely screen cap that and make a meme out of it. We need more of that in this community, all right? Like, if you guys want to help, like, my channel blow up, one, either, like, try to cancel me for things I can easily defend, just to, like, you know, basically drum up some publicity, or 2, make memes and shit like that of funny things.
I'm an independent artist and I'm extremely passionate about
I need to get canceled, guys. I need to get canceled. I need like a redemption arc and boom, 100K.
Music and art. And actually, it was the reason I went to law school in the first place, because I wanted to learn how to protect myself in my own career.
Okay, one thing I think is funny, I feel like I have nothing to say about what she's saying so far, but I mostly have like whenever I see people with like, I mean, she has like a bunch of rings like that. I'm just like, you play Valorant, right? This is like you're a Valorant player, right?
And then once I had graduated, I just had so many friends who were in the music space who needed help. And so I did end up starting an entertainment law firm with the focus on helping independent creators. So it's not just musicians and artists and producers, but it's authors, it's filmmakers.
You know what? We need to see DJ Payne's take on Timbaland. I kind of want to see that.
But again, my heart is in music.
Wait, what'd you just say?
So that's why I started Top Music Attorney specifically, so we could focus on music business mastery. But from everything that we know today, the predatory practices have to stop. So that's why I've written a letter to...
Okay, maybe she just didn't word that the best, but like, I mean, I don't think from everything we know today, like, I think just predatory practices need to stop. Like, I think we could just go with that right there. I think we're good with just that.
Congress asking for help. Why I take these phone calls with music distributors and we actually get them to change their contracts.
I don't even think Weaver's ever nutted on a pan. This guy's not pansexual. This guy's a phony.
And like I said, we've achieved wins, but the mission here is to actually get meaningful change. So that's where the conversation about these class action lawsuits comes up. I've been covering generally what's been going on with SUNO and Udio the last year. And what we do know is that these big corporations that are valued in the hundreds of...
DJ Payne basically calls Timbo an unk and it says it's bad. It has to be more to it than that. It's like 21 minutes, dude.
Millions of dollars have not...
I'm playing right now. Bro, keep that to yourself, all right? I don't want to hear about you playing... That's actually disgusting. Like, I'd rather hear about you masturbating than you playing Valorant.
Not only continued to raise hundreds of millions of dollars, but importantly that they have come out and just outright admitted that they have scraped, they have trained, they have copied on your music.
I feel like this right here, like this kind of just shuts down every single argument when it comes to like AI, generative AI at least. Like, it's like, you can't argue that it's okay when they have admitted to stealing tens of millions of songs, and it's not fair use. That's not what fair use is. If you think that's what fair use is, then I dare you to like challenge that. Take that to court. Like, for instance, like if it's like research, then it's like you can't really make money off it also. You know, and this is like, how much money have they made? I don't know, fucking millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars.
On your music on publicly available platforms, which, if true, is copyright infringement, and there's no excuse. Now, these companies have come back and said
misusing copyrighted music, but says it's fair. It's not fair use, dude. Like, I feel like that is so, it's a cop out to consider it fair use, you know? Like, you know what? If anyone here thinks that training generative AI is fair use off of other people's music, come into my Discord right now and explain that to me. I want to hear it, because I've only heard them say it's fair use, but I've never had them walk me through the steps of how it's fair use. And I want to hear that from someone, whether it's like through an article from the CEO himself. I need to understand how that works, like, logically. See, okay, Pedro, you're not explaining how it's fair use. You're just saying it's fair use. And then, like, how is that fair use? Is it comment, critique, research? If you can take it away and it can eventually stop sounding like, okay, I don't know what you're saying. People say it's transformative, probably. I mean, I feel like there's more to it than just than just being transformed. Like, which thing does it fall under, though? Like, critique, comment, parody, research. And I feel like if it's under research, the amount of money you're not allowed to make a lot of money off that. Like, it has to be like something for fucking good, something that's like for humanity's good. I'm pretty sure, at least. A nice clip on Twitch of your love of women. What are you talking about? Wait, hold on. Oh my god, I respect women here. Wait, oh my god, dude, this fucking face. I just noticed I was saying this as, I like how I'm like dodging describing it. Like, I'm not even trying to describe her face right there, but the implication's there. All right, the implication's there, and it's not that I'm afraid to. I just, like, I'm cool with her. All right, I'm cool with her. I don't want to like be weird. All right.
Fair use. But the breaking point for me was absolutely when the Copyright Office itself came out and said, in these scenarios where these companies are taking expressive content, such as music, right, training their AI to then create a competing commercial product like music, it probably is not fair use. If it's not fair use, it's copyright infringement and they owe you money. Now, when I made the decision that we had to do something about this, and I actually took this and pitched this to class action lawyers, we were already moving on this, and then
trying to not get sued. Listen, I'm not afraid of a Valorant player, all right? Listen, all right?
And lo and behold, word came out that these major record labels...
Frankly, Timbaland looks bitch-made for not standing on business. Okay, I'm all in support of standing on business, but there's certain things where it's just like, you should not stand on business for that. You know what I mean? If you're like clearly in the wrong, I feel like you shouldn't stand on business. If you're doing something like illegal and you're being busted for it, like, there's a time and place for everything, you know? Sometimes you stand on business, sometimes you fold, you know? You need to drop the Timbaland argument and ignore his content. People love it. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? It's like I'm gonna okay, wait, this sounds fucked up. I'm gonna fund my kid through fucking college based on that. I'm just kidding. It's not even that we're close, but
they're actually in talks with SUNO, with UDO to potentially do like
you're telling me to stop funding my kid through college? Like, what is wrong with you, sir?
Deals.
You want kids to not be educated? That's fucked up.
And maybe the major record labels are going to get a little piece of these companies. And as one of our followers commented and just said, well, is this them just consenting to the infringement? We don't know what's going to happen with their lawsuits, their music, but as it relates to independent artists, I just go, for me, this shows how much independent artists don't matter to these companies. We know that the entire music industry is built off of the backs of independent artists, independent music creators. And yet I go in one of the most widespread
hating on Timbo's very bandwagonish. All the other channels are doing it. I mean, it's kind of good to be unified on something, is it not? I mean, I understand it's like it's low-hanging fruit, but I think I was the first to bash the low-hanging fruit, so I get to continue bashing it until the end. All right. In fact, I was bashing the low-hanging fruit way before this. All right. I was covering Timbaland's fuck-ups for like years now, and it's not even that I hate him as like a person or anything, but he's just been doing weird shit, dude.
Outrageous instance of multiple companies coming and stealing your music. That yet again, independent creators have no seat at the table and dude, the rhythm roulette, the fucking him roasting Ocean. I've been on it a long time, bro. I've been hitting it a long time, dude. I've been having the Timbaland IV straight to the veins for a long time, dude. And no real remedy. So the bottom line is that with these class action lawsuits, yes, it's about getting you guys paid, but at the end of the day, it's about sending a message. And so that's why I mentioned the music distributor issue, because this is one of many that are on our list. You won't get paid off it,
bro. Imagine it's like fucking like 5 cents. It's like, hey, you had your like entire catalog stolen, 13 cents, sir, and with the fees, that'll be negative $5. That'll be negative $5.
You're actually going to do something about it. And the goal here is to
look up Timbaland's lawsuits like after this.
Get these companies to just think twice about exploiting independent music creators and to really think twice about exploiting our most vulnerable and our most importantly creative. Because the beautiful thing about independent artists is that you guys do not play by the same rules as major label artists. And I believe you guys are the ones that are the trendsetters. You're the ones that are pushing the boundaries, creating new subgenres. And even as it relates to one of the companies...
$5 more than ever made up for music? No, you're gonna have to pay $5 is what I'm saying.
companies that we are suing soon.
I just got $23.95 from Equifax leaking all my personal information. Bro, that is so fucking funny, dude.
No, there have been allegations surrounding
No, I know Timbaland has a history of stealing music. So.
Timbaland, who is the creative advisor for SUNO, and some clips that have come out where he is allegedly listening to an instrumental of an independent creator, an independent producer, and then feeding it into...
Why is everybody citing... Okay, I love you, Curtis, but why is everybody citing Curtis on this thing, dude? What about me? What about me?
SUNO remixing it into a new version. And this is what I'm talking about. If true, he didn't take the song of Justin Timberlake or Missy Elliott. He took the song of someone who was independent, right? A song that wasn't going to get flagged when it was uploaded into the system. Oh yeah.
Oh, so they do have a system where it flags like uploaded. I didn't know that. So I don't use SUNO.
By the way, we know in their terms of service that the user gives rights to SUNO when it uploads music. And it's a whole different conversation.
What rights, though?
About the whole what rights are you giving back that you never can claw back by just using these platforms. We'll set that aside for a second.
No.
But if someone who didn't have...
No, I want to know that. That's like the one thing I'm interested in this video. Dude, why are we setting that aside?
The authority to put your music into one of these platforms, and now these platforms have the right to go and spit out your songs into other people's music, and there's no...
into other people's mouths?
Safeguard to protect your music. This all plays into why we are here today. So I do want to point out, this is our class action lawsuit against SUNO, where we write, while the high profile lawsuits, right, so the ones brought by the major record labels continue to draw a lot of attention in the fight to protect major label music, independent artists whose rights have been
who did that, dude? Somebody timed him out for saying SUNO was goated. He's like, SUNO's like kind of good. It's like, oh, I'm gonna ban this dude. I'm gonna fucking dox this guy. Like, was that you, Royd?
Trampled the most are the ones left without...
Bobby, keep it to yourself. Like, gross.
Out of seat at the table, unrepresented, and without a meaningful remedy. Now, I'm going to mention our lead plaintiff here in a minute, but these class action lawsuits were filed by my law firm, Delgado Entertainment Law, with class action law firm EKSM.
Honestly, who banned him? I did. I'm just kidding.
And actually, some other lawyers you guys might even know, they go by attorney talk.
I mean, I understand, like, if you want to use SUNO, like, using it to, like, make a sample or something, and then sampling it and being creative with it. I totally get that, okay? Honestly, if you do that, like, that's awesome. Like, I don't really have a problem with that, because it's no different than sampling, really, at the end of the day. It's just like you're sampling something that doesn't technically exist, so it's kind of better in a way.
And America's attorney, and we wrote, while SUNO has openly and unapologetically admitted to scraping and duplicating, quote, tens of millions of publicly available songs.
That'd be super funny if they're just like, yeah, we scraped tens of millions of publicly available songs. It was fucking badass, dude.
This was from the...
I'm fucking bouncing on it, dude.
SUNO answer in the major record label lawsuit. These songs are by majority owned and controlled by independent artists. As we allege. I mean, we're talking about tens of millions of songs that independent artists cannot claw back. That's a really important piece of how this works. Once AI has trained on your music, you can't get it back. It is stored in neural networks. It's not capable of deletion or retraction. And that's why we allege that these...
Wait, didn't they... Wait, hold on. Okay, I guess they're talking about like the training aspect of it, right? Was that one of the things they had to do for the apology?
Uses were so extreme. And why...
Yeah, this is collecting data to like the next level.
To then make copies, you know? To then make derivative works of other people's music was something these companies were required to do. Now, you guys are already signing up to be plaintiffs, but our lead plaintiff is Anthony Justice, otherwise known as Tony Justice, and he's an independent country music artist. He has sold over 100,000
make sure to hit the like button and give me money.
He's earned over 21 million YouTube views, and he's very much all about the DIY, sell directly to your fans, build your own email lists, all the things that we talk about on this channel, and he's done something that is very successful to only have these companies come and steal his music. This is what they did to you as well. So what this comes down to for me is we go, well, we know that they committed copyright infringement.
Yeah, this is, I mean, if you're actually about like making music, like you're not going to care about this, you know?